Alright guys, gonna go over the games from yesterday. It's gonna be a little janky just on the directed camera since the client since the last patch broke. Um, the replay files, it just crashes continuously, so I can't do the normal style VODs. So unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to see a lot of the setup. Um, so this is just something we need to be we'll have to deal with for the time being. So. Um, and I also forgot to start recording until this time in the first game, so we missed the first blood as well as the return kill. But this is the game where Central made a really nice flash dodge cocoon play to get first blood, and then Toxic, you actually held on to your flash way too long. You should have flashed a lot earlier, and also probably towards the turret. Um, the way things transpire, but I unfortunately don't have that. I looked on your replay as well, and it doesn't seem like your video shows the end game until 22 minutes, so I'm not sure if you forgot to switch the scene or something like that, so I didn't have anything to go off of. So as the start of the game, you can see we have bottom priority. Top lane is actually still going pretty well at this point in the game, and mid lane is Azir is heavily pushing in nonstop. So bottom side scuttle is where we would have priority, um, and not top side most likely. Top side would be harder for us to get, even though Alex is kind of pushing. But this is I'm pretty sure a theme
Unless I didn't
like
last.
normal
Like, oh, you have challenging.
He's
Never
not
mind.
going to your bros,
Yeah,
by the way.
that's fine. Hey, bro, go.
Yeah.
of getting his wave stuck, which he did get it stuck. I'm actually gonna mute you guys because it's gonna be hard to talk and do all this since that's a 3 minute difference too. Mhm. All right. So bottom, I don't know if we know where the jungler was until this point. I'm pretty sure that Alex sees him on a ward right now. Um, so again, I don't know your inventory right now either. Okay, we don't have a ward. That's what I was gonna say. Is we could try to go look for vision at that point just to drop it in there, especially since the second buffs are coming up, and since we do have priority in the bot lane. This game, for instance, Central. Um, we could have tried to, because this is a scenario where they can invade your blue buff because of the priorities in the lanes, but we can invade their blue buff. So this is a conversation we can have. Um, basically, um, we saw Jarvan top as well, so it could be something they're setting up to do. So this is something we should be thinking about ahead of time as well. So then we can talk to the bottom lane. They're going back right now. We know that the buffs are coming up in about 30 to 40 seconds right now. So this is just something we could be communicating to either have people rotate to protect your blue buff, or you guys just go beeline straight for his blue buff since we have priority in the bottom lane. So this is just stuff we can be looking at ahead of time. And also once you do your wolves, I think you do find the pink ward. Nope, you ran past it that time. I know you find it later, but this is what I was mentioning. They get a lot of deep vision on us. You'll see it as the game keeps progressing as well. We get kind of frontline wards, but nothing deep. So you can see Alex is doing fine in the matchup right now, but look what his wave's at again. He's just getting stuck. It's the same thing we talk about all the time. So now if Jarvan wanted to come up this way, it'd be a lot easier for him. And I know you have the AoE from your Q and everything, but this is also a moment like there's no reason for you to take turret shot there. You just Got to be more careful. You know exactly what his kit does. Now you put the lane in his favor. This is a really good job by Mystic here and Toxic communicating. Toxic said his wave stuck. Mystic said he can come help get it unstuck, so he just came up and did it. This is perfect. This is the kind of communication we should be doing more often. Here we go. Sentry found the pink ward now. So at this moment too, since we saw Jarvan topside, we should now be communicating. Since Central's still on the top side, and we know that he started blue buff this game, we could easily be going to invade the top side, communicating with Alex. I'm coming up to help you shove the wave right now, and then we're going to just straight beeline over to their red buff. So, especially when we get vision of Jarvan right there from Mystic. I don't remember if we actually got vision down there or not. I believe we do from both of you, which is really nice. This is the stuff you guys should be looking to do more often. Yeah, really good pink ward from Peridian. So immediately you guys wanted to dive this, which is fine. It's going to be harder because he has his passive, so your thought should be, because we just saw Jarvan, is just come up, shove the wave with him, and you two rotate into his jungle. You don't have any wards right now, which is fine, but Alex is going to get a ward here and right now. So you guys can go get his red buff as well, because if you look at the timing and we knew what time he started, we easily know that his red buff is up as well, because we just saw him at the blue buff and he didn't have any of the buffs. So this is something you guys need to communicate whenever you spot the enemy jungler too, especially the key points in time in the game. 6:30, 7:30 is generally the time that the second buff spawn. You relay the information to Central saying he does not have red buff, he does not have blue buff. You just say that stuff out loud, and then it makes communication like this a lot simpler. Because it's going to take Alex a minute to push this in still, and then be able to help on the dive because of his energy. So since this scenario and Volley has his passive still, we should have just looked to invade at this point. But you guys have to relay the information from the bottom side. You got his flash, it's nice. Now you should just immediately turn to go look to invade, especially since you have a ward, Alex. You have Central here with you. You guys should immediately know Volley's going back, so the wave's going to be right in the neutral spot of the lane, and that's perfect. You should just go to invade with your vision. Central, good job. See, Alex, you should have been immediately going to that, and your ward placement's poor because we had the advantage of getting it deep. Even if you just threw it on the actual Krugs up top, it's such a benefit for you. So good job invading their central and calling for it. Remember, we need one of our biggest weaknesses is actually relaying important information. So when you guys invaded bottom, Mystic and Peridian, you guys need to be calling out that he did not have red buff ahead of time, just so these guys know that it's just a lot cleaner if we do it sooner, getting them into invade. And we had a ward for vision. So Alex, you need to drop your ward for vision there. Good job. I don't think you needed a flash Toxic. I think you could have walked up a little sooner, but regardless, it was fine. I think what I'm saying is I think you should have just been walking a little sooner. Central saying if he's going there sooner, or saying when he's going to go precisely. So now we also should know that we should have the information that both of those camps on the top side of his map are up. And if we would have kept that vision from Alex and placed it in there as well, we would have even easier confirmation. So those are kind of small mistakes. Not saying that we have to go there right now, but we should have that information. We should know Raptors because Central was just there, but we should also know that the Krugs are there still too, just feeding Central more information. And now you guys know that Central's on your side of the map right now. So you should immediately just be calling out, there's a ward in the bush, there's a ward in the river bush, there's a ward in the tri bush. And then let the wave come to you more so than not. You guys don't know where Jarvan is at this point. Um, so we need to just, this is, and also Azir's off the map too. We know we just killed him, but he could still beeline straight to you guys. So good taunt. So anytime Central's on your side of the map, this is when you guys should start communicating with him though. So he knows he wants you to push, he's going to lane gank, or if he's going to come through the river. So then you guys will just start chilling out on the farm. Um, but you guys need to be communicating this stuff. This is small stuff. Alex, you buy way too many red pots too. This part of the game it's fine, but later in the game I see you with like 3 red pots in your inventory still, and it's a waste of money. You need to be completing items. And you have Vamp. I know this matchup sucks, but you gotta use your Shroud better in bad matchups and just lifesteal. So you're just pushing and getting it stuck over and over again. And there's no way you're gonna get every CS this way. You should be letting him push to you more when you're in the worst matchup. So now we have, well, we should know where Jarvan is right now because of what he just did. You can see that he hit the plant. So I was just about to say, we don't have a positive, like a confirmation of where Jarvan is at this point, but he just tells you guys where he is right now. So this is very important. We ping this out, or call it out on the map right now. Let's see. Central does really good job buying pinks. This is something we need you to do more often, Alex. We need this. We need to really start advancing our vision, and that play where you and Central went in the red buff is a perfect example of where we could have got really good vision. So now this is where they have mid priority and top priority, so they can move into Central's jungle. So this is something, just looking at the maps and constantly telling, um, we need to figure out a phrase that's just one word basically that lets Central know that you do not have priority in the lane, and then obviously we'll just say priority mid when we have it, priority top when we have it, but we need to figure out some kind of phrase or wording, I mean. This is a good trade from you guys. See, look, you guys set up pick with vision there, and you fucking just wrecked him. It was really nice. Yeah, I was gonna say if you could have stayed in your shroud there a little bit, we probably could have just traded 2 for 0, but it was a good play regardless. And then good job moving up here, Mystic, to make sure we're getting control on the Herald. I don't think in this case we needed you because of what just happened. You should be again talking to Mystic. What I'm saying is Volibear's dead and Jarvan died, so this should just be free. You should be going to help Toxic unstick the wave here so he can go by again. I mean, it's perfectly fine that you're there too, but I'm more referencing that Central can easily do this on his own at this point because of Volley died and Jarvan was dead as well. So now we're giving up plates and experience. Toxic does not have TP this game, so it's going to be a little tougher for him. We did not have a ward. Okay, I was wondering if we had a ward. played that well. I actually think you should have TP'd forward here, Alex, on those minions and not on the turret. Because you have your entire kit still, your cooldowns wise, except for your ult right now. But you could have easily um, turned that into a 2-for-1. Like even if they ended up killing Peridian, I think you would have killed them, and then your ult would have been up by the end of the fight. I think you should have TP'd on one of those minions. Jarvan just uses full combo too. This is the small stuff you guys should be communicating during all fights too, like skirmishes where you're looking for TP help or something. You should be calling out Jarvan combo down, just stupid shit like that. It matters. Jarvan's ult down. Oh, this is when Alex asked me about if he played Volibear in his kit or not, because he wasn't having fun. And Toxic, like 3 times tonight, had near kills like that. Okay, now we need to um, really look at Dragon right now. Let's see what else is on the map here. What vision do we have? We have pink wards. We could easily now go just move Alex back up top, but he could drop a pink ward somewhere deep or just anywhere for us real fast and then go up that side because he's not going to be trying to push forward at this point. He's just trying to basically hold the Volibear because our 4 versus 4 is stronger than them because of just central strength in general, and we have really good pick with central and toxic still at this point. So let's see here. Okay, as soon as he eases over the wall, we should just be able to start getting ready for dragon. But again, we should always be positioning on the mid side, and we have no idea where the Jarvan is right now, but we're perfectly fine. You guys have good vision just in the immediate area. So now our conversation still should be, let's go get vision in their jungle. Every time. You have 3 wards in your pocket Mystic, you have Central, Toxic, and Peridian here with you. One of them can go with you. Central would be the easiest person to go with you. Because obviously Toxic needs to do wave management, and Peridian needs to do wave management. So right there too, after you clear that ward, why are you not just dropping a ward up at the blue buff? You get trade 1-for-1 here, but more importantly, we get to see where Jarvan is as well. So now Central can um, easily make a decision if he's going to go. What depends on if Volibear dies, obviously. If he's going to go into his blue side or go invade on to his enemy blue side. So since Volibear dies, he's perfectly fine to do either. If Volibear lived and his passive kept ticking, then it would be a lot harder for him to move into his own blue side because we know where Jarvan is. Um, so he's making a play down bottom. This is where we make the dive. So this is very smart on your part here, Central, because what I just said, it may not be safe, especially since they still have priority mid for pushing reasons. So you going to look for a dive here is the smart thing. So, and this is where we get a clean 2-0. We get out the fucking the stun, the dash stun from Pike, and Mystic makes a really nice taunt. This is the kind of shit you guys could be doing all the time, and you guys played this so well. It was great. So really good job there. So now we immediately could be thinking Central or Alex could be saying, I'm going to check your blue. You don't have to step into it to die because it's just Jarvan. You'll be able to get away with because of your E. But you could still be feeding him information right as you're walking up here because it's going to change where he goes. Because we know Jarvan was top side. If his blue's gone, that means that he has time to go counter invade right now. If it's still up, then he needs to reset right away. So you guys just, I was gonna say probably um, should look to reset a little earlier, but you're fine getting some of this turret. I don't think you get the whole turret. I can't tell. You do. Okay. I thought it was full hit points, so good job there. Now we should immediately be talking about resetting all three of us. There's nothing on the bottom side except for Krugs. We should have fed the information to Central about the blue side, but this is where we stay in the field sometimes too long, Central. Like, it's perfectly fine just to reset here. Your Krugs are going to be there still no matter what, especially since they don't have any pressure in the bot lane right now, and we also are asking Alex to rotate down now. So we could easily be talking about where we want to move, and we obviously want to go mid lane because we took out both of the outer side lanes turrets. So we need to be resetting faster so we can make plays together. Toxic, this is another moment where you barely don't kill him. So this is where you just let it go though, because you should know he still has flash. So you made a good attempt. You probably took too much damage from the minions because he got a lot of minions compared to you. But this is where you should just back up and let it go. This is why keeping track of cooldowns is insanely important for all five of you. So let's see. Alex, let's see if you have a pink ward out somewhere. I don't see one. So I don't know if you placed it and it got killed or what. But you have none in your inventory and you have 2 potions in your fucking inventory again. The amount of gold you spend on potions is insane. You can see them walking. They actually walk a pink ward into our side of the jungle right now too. And Volibear's just free reigning down bottom right now, which is fine if you're setting up some type of flank or something, Alex, with the team mid lane. But if you're just out here this long and Volibear's on that turret for free, then we need to be more proactive in having you move sooner. I know you want to get resources and everything, but we have to match basically. And unfortunately, this game, the problem with this team is if you look at their OPGGs, 2 of their guys haven't played in over 2 months in solo queue, and most of them haven't played many games. So going back to like season 8 stuff, I don't even know if it was relevant or not. It ended up being relevant for the mid laner, the Azir. I could have banned that the first game. So, but sometimes these OPGGs are absolute bullshit, and I'm having issues with the UML team because I think 2 of them are like hard smurfs. So we'll see. But you have to get away from this turret earlier too. Like, I know you're doing harass and everything, but he could have turned on you. He just doesn't have vision. If he had vision of the topside thing, he's gonna fight you and you're gonna lose. So, state of the game right now, it's paused right now. So this is where we should be looking for information. This is where I think where we actually make the poor decision of trying to force on them after you guys got deep vision. If you look on the top side of the jungle, you guys have really good vision right now. So now we know that we can easily, our objective should be making wave management plays top side and mid and rotating to top side basically. So we would, yeah, this is where we were looking to do something where we should not have. Where everyone was so spaced out, so it can't get caught out like that. We can't call for plays like this either. Um, Especially after he's already dead. We just need to like realize that we're going to be in a 3 versus 4 and we just have to minimize our damage here. So now we lost flash. Central's going to get shut down here. So like just that play in general, you guys, it's fine if you talk about stuff, but you have to just call off stuff. You cannot just give away, we just gave away 3 kills there for no reason. It should have just been 1 only, but I don't really think we should have been in that position anyway. So you guys have vision on that entire line of vision, and we're forcing plays basically when we're spread apart. Like we were way too spread apart. It didn't make any sense. Central was on the bottom side of mid, um, and then Peridian and Mystic were in mid. Toxic was on the top side-ish. Like we have vision, you guys use your vision, and then you create picks. Don't be scattered. So they get mid priority on us now because the turret goes down. Just looking at lane assignments. And of course, I don't know how long until Dragon's coming up unless it has the little minute clock on this because I'm in this stupid fucking thing. So yeah, we should be looking at. So Dragon's up in a minute, so this is very important. We still haven't checked our topside jungle in a while, but now we kind of don't have time at this point because Dragon's coming up. We need to establish vision again, and we should know that they need to go back. So this should be our time to go establish vision down there. Like 100%, we should know that they have to go back. So why are we sweeping on this side of the map when our objective is going to be on the bottom side of the map? Should not be sweeping on this side. There's no objectives up here for us. So now we only have, well, luckily we have two sweepers from Toxic and Central, but you got to sweep where we're going to contest. So now 30 seconds till Dragon, so we need to start beelining towards it. Alex has TP, Toxic is roaming down. Need to establish our vision. So we got entry ward, and we find out where he is from the pink that he clears. I don't think we have any other wards on that side though. No, we didn't get a ward on like the mid side of that rock. So this is the one, like, look at Central and Alex, your guys positioning right now with Dragon up, you and then the rest of us. We need to be positioning mid here. This is the one where they basically told us we can have mid turret if we wanted to. If you just watch how it transpires. As soon as they do this, we have mid turret. But we're completely all over the place. Central went down to do Krugs. Alex is on the bottom side. I don't understand our positioning at all here. This is easily us all being mid side, and we take that turret. It only had 50% of its health, so you guys easily can just shove that fucking wave and take the turret. We have Demolish on Mystic, I believe. If not Mystic, someone does. I know I saw it earlier. But then we can just easily exit out the top side of river. And if they want to try to engage on us, we still have really good pick potential, so it's going to be hard for them. So look, we're just trying to make a play where we should have already just been taking the mid turret. So now they just get stuff for free, and now we're going to try to force, and it doesn't make sense. We always talk about positioning mid. You guys need to be talking about the dragons ahead of time and just being there on time. Everyone needs to be on time. Alex had TP this time, so it's perfectly fine. He could have even just TP'd the damn front minions, so it's easier for us to take the turret, so we don't have to worry about self-tanking. Doesn't matter. You guys need to be on time to stuff. This is why we need to start talking about stuff ahead of time. So like a minute and 30 seconds ahead of the dragon spawn, you guys need to be talking about, okay, we need to reset in time, establish vision, and then worry about getting mid priority and positioning on the mid side. And if we're obviously the ones that are, this is where you guys are, there's no reason for you to be out this far. We have no vision in the river except for one ward, it looks like at this point. It's at their like chickens, right below the chickens on that ramp. And Central's farm and jungle, Alex is in top lane, and Toxic's bottom lane. There's no reason you two should be this far ahead. This is how they get Baron for free. Because we're just, I know you want resources, but it's gonna push back to you. We don't have a turret, they do. You guys you cannot get caught out like this for no reason. And then once they are establishing that they're going to do Baron, this is when we should just be talking about what we're going to do in return to try to get something out of it. We end up getting Volley's flash, which is fine, but we should just be shoving mid right now. After you get his flash, we should just be shoving mid. We're already going to be too late to this. I'm not. I shouldn't say late. You're not going to be late. It's just bottom lane got caught out, and they're getting this for free. So we should be trying to at least chunk down the mid turret instead of going in 3 versus 5 when we know that it should be way too late for us to get there. You just have to realize we're going to lose some stuff sometimes when we make mistakes and try to look for something easy. You guys try to get a pick on volley. He flashed, immediately turned mid lane. You could have easily gotten that turret and then exited through the bottom river. But instead, I think 2 of us died. I don't remember if all 3. I see another TP coming in from Peridian as well. So we lost 2 people there for no reason, and a teleport, and a flash. So immediately think of making macro plays. Something bad happens, we can still turn it into a macro play because of where their positioning is. So that's 2 times in a row now. We could have had the mid outer turrets. So we have to do a better job of just understanding how to take small wins. Even if they're getting a bigger advantage of than us in the meantime, you can still make something happen there for us. It's a positive. So now they have a close to 7K lead. So our whole conversation should be um, just make a play when they force onto us or try to find small windows for trading. And again, we can't be that far up the lanes right now. Alex, you can't even be up this far up the lane either. Like he's got 2 levels on you and everything. Like there's no reason we should be there with you, buddy. See, he's perfectly fine. Look at the damage Toxic and you guys did after he got out of position. That's all you guys are still fine. You have Sivir Ari for wave clear. I know they have Baron empowered minions, but this is all you guys need to be doing at this point is literally just forcing them to try to do something stupid. They have the advantage, but you guys have great wave clear. We drafted wave clear for a reason. And remember, in these moments, we need to be doing creative warding in our jungle too. You guys should not be moving forward at this point at all. You should understand that Toxic is extremely weak right now. The only one of you that's extremely strong right now is Central, so we should not be walking forward. Should just let them, force them to make a mistake. See right there too, we just wasted a cooldown from Mystic for no reason. We're at this point we're in the counter stage of fighting. This is what I mean too, Alex. Like he's 2 levels ahead of you. He still has his passive. There's no reason to be fighting him. Now they just automatically open up our base. We can't be taking trades like that for no reason. And if this is the case as well, since we have wave clear on Ari and Sivir, one of you two could, or Ari could be, Toxic could be in the mid lane just to do wave clear simpler, and you just sit with the 4-man group at this point, Alex. See, since you died there for free, now they just get to do whatever they want, manipulate the map on us, and creates a bigger advantage when we were doing perfectly fine just holding the turrets. Even if we just lost the mid turret, there's no reason for us to die like that. Oh, this is where you guys told me that the game's over. So we basically forced something and then ended up losing the fight. So you guys were still perfectly fine to sit under a turret and not force stuff, but this is the stuff we were talking about last night where we just get in those we just think we have to fight, fight, fight all the time instead of minimizing damage or taking small wins. This is a perfect example, this game right here, because we just lost 3 minutes later when they don't have an inhibitor or anything right now. You guys are more than fine. They probably have another minute on their Baron, and you guys should have been perfectly fine. Dragon's not up yet. Baron's not up yet. You guys just have to learn how to chill out. You guys are more than capable of coming back from leads like this, but you have to let yourselves like find the opportunities to do it instead of just always seeing blood. Like as soon as you guys chunk the Azir, it's gonna be extremely hard for them to fucking move on to this turret. So just chill. Your job at this point is just to let Baron fucking do its thing. Baron's gonna get advantages for the other team. You guys have great wave clear. Just chill out and let them do their thing and just poke at them and find little damage. You don't have to all in all the time. That's something we talk about all the time. All right, we'll move on to the next game.